Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven and I am happy to announce the moment we have all been waiting for. The pool is done. It has water in it. It is fully running. It is swimmable. We have already swam in it a couple of times and we will be swimming in it today, and you will see that in this vlog, so stay tuned to see the pool in action. The rest of the backyard surrounding the pool, it's about 80% there. It's not 100% done. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's not 100%. There's a lot of progress that has been made and I definitely want to show you guys the progress. So today is May 6th, and like I said, as of today, the pool itself is up and running and swimmable, but let's rewind all the way back to like late February, because that's where I last left you guys in the last update. They were still working on the pool. They were still working on a bunch of stuff that was unfinished. So let's rewind back to, like I said, late February, so I can get you guys caught up. This is what my patio is looking like. The original outdoor kitchen was demolished. They completely just ripped everything out and got rid of all the pieces. It's just left behind the gas line and the water line and the electric, obviously. So I had the refrigerator, the sink, and the grill here. They left behind this little chunk here because they didn't want to mess with the pipes yet, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be putting here instead. You can see the line of demarcation on the floor, line of demarcation on the wall, and then this is all the stuff that like came out of there. So I had like a storage cabinet with Ziya's stuff in it. I'm gonna have to find a different place. I even still have more tile left over from that other thing. The grill stuff, which I do have a drawer in the new thing to put that in, so that's not a problem. Just like I said, the rest of Ziya's toys and stuff that were in there. This is the sink basin, the sink faucet and stuff that came out of there, and my mini fridge that came out of there, which I actually think I'm gonna get a new, different, like cuter style of fridge, just because this one was giving college dorm room. And if I'm going to still have the fridge set up, I think I'm gonna get a new fridge. Probably gonna sell that and replace it. Probably still gonna just keep the same sink, but it just depends. I really don't know how I'm gonna redo this yet. And so for now, it just looks a mess. It looks an absolute mess, but it has to get worse before it gets better. Okay, I have good news. As of just now, things are happening with the backyard finally. So literally as I speak, they are finishing digging out the trench for the gas line that I have had problems with up until today, but it's literally being worked on as I speak. They just took a break. I think they're almost done. That's good. I'm also just waiting to hear back from the plumber. Currently, he should be replying any minute now, so he can come out and do the actual piping for the gas line. These people are gonna come back and lay the concrete on top. So we're making progress with that. It's looking like it should all be done by the end of this week. Today is Wednesday, March 30th. Again, I would have wanted this to be done weeks ago, but here we are. So hopefully by the end of this week, that whole thing with the gas line and the patio will be done. And then I also just got off the phone with the sales associate from Restoration Hardware, the same one that when I went in the store in my other vlog, she was helping me. Restoration Hardware is really nice because they like link you up with the specific sales associate and you get their direct number. So if you have any questions, you're just talking to the same person the whole time. You can text them, call them anytime, email them. So it makes it super easy. It's part of the luxury experience and the luxury price that you're paying. I called her because I had an epiphany. I've been going back and forth about not being able to choose between the pure white or the off-white cushions and just feeling a lot of stress about what if I make the wrong decision. And I was like, wait, I need to just look at what the return policy is, because the cushions and the actual furniture are sold separately anyway. So I know that I'm sure about the actual like metal frame of the furniture. I'm just not sure about the cushion color. So if anything, I could probably get whatever cushion, and if I don't like it, just exchange the cushions instead of having to like redo the whole thing. And that might actually be like, you know, reasonable and doable if I end up wanting to switch to the other color. So I'm glad that I called, because it was kind of hard to tell on their website. Their return policy is a little bit confusing because they have different policies for different items throughout the store. It's like, if it's this type of item, then you could do this. If it's that type of item, then you can't return it. It's like a lot of different things to read through. So I called her and she basically explained to me that the pure white cushions are considered an in-stock kind of like basic item. So I am able to return and exchange those within 30 days. The natural colored cushions are considered a custom order item because they don't just keep those in stock. So with those custom order items, you are not able to return or exchange them unless there's something like just blatantly like defective with it. But other than that, it's like no, it's like final sale on those. I can return the white ones. I cannot return the natural white ones, which means if I go ahead and order the pure white, if for any reason I don't like it, I can exchange the pure white for the natural white, but I can't do it the other way around. It's a safer bet and it makes more sense for me to order the pure white. That way I have the option to switch it if I want to. As of today, I'm leaning towards the pure white anyway, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna like it. That was the kind of final push that I needed to actually place this order, and it's a really big order, and I'm still like my heart is racing. I do this every time I place a furniture order because I just have anxiety about spending large amounts of money all at once. This is my biggest order I've ever done for stuff for my house. I did a pretty big order when I like ordered stuff for my bedroom, and then I did another decent sized order when I ordered stuff for my living room, but this is the biggest one. So I'm scared. Now I know I have the option to exchange the cushions if necessary, so everything should be fine. And the other good news is that she told me if I order it today, estimated delivery would be, I think she said April 9th through the 16th, so basically within the next 3 weeks, which is really good for furniture because I've been having to wait months and months for furniture these days. So to get it within a couple weeks is gonna be really nice, and then it should be good timing because I'm planning for everything to kind of be wrapping up out there, and then the furniture will arrive and it should be good timing. So I'm about to order this furniture. Oh Lord. Last thing before I place my order, I'm just making quadruple sure about the couch for the patio. I wanted to show you guys the view from where I just started at my front door, walking up into the living room, and kind of how the view looks. If you're way over here in the entryway, then you can't see the pool, you can't see the waterfall, and that's mainly because of the couch that's right here in the living room. Obviously, I'm gonna have furniture here. There's no way around that. I'm not gonna have my living room be empty just so that you can see the pool from way over here. So that's just kind of unavoidable. But once you walk underneath the archway and you're actually standing in the living room, from my eye level, when you kind of get up to where the coffee table is, the waterfall and the pool does come into view. I put my existing couch right here so you guys could kind of see a representation of where the new couch is gonna be, because it's gonna be an L shape. Part of it will be going across this way. And everybody was kind of telling me when I first said that I shouldn't do that because it's gonna like block this off and kind of cut this viewpoint off. Once this couch is no longer in the way, then that couch is also not in the way. It's just with the way the levels of my yard is. As you can see, like that's the edge of the patio. The couch is not what's blocking it. When you're in the living room, even if there is a couch right there, you can still get a good viewpoint of the yard, of the pool, and mainly the waterfall was the main thing. So I wanted to just test that out one last time to make sure that nothing felt too blocked off. And then I also have the couch kind of situated approximately where it would be. Kind of a rule of thumb is you want like approximately like 3 feet of a pathway for it to be like a walkway. So that's why I have this couch like this. So it leaves this pathway with this door here. And then same thing with that couch outside. I want to leave a pathway. So this door is still definitely usable. You can still walk here. It's not tight or anything. You can see kind of now a better idea with this doorway open. Of course, I still want this to be an opening. I want people to feel like they can walk here, walk around, and go out through here like they normally do. And then once you get here, it's not like you're just, running straight into the couch and blocked off from everything, because this will still be a walkway. So you have a walkway from this door. So like if I was coming out through here, there's a walkway this way. If I was coming out through here, it's still a walkway this way between the couch and the wall, which leads you right out to the pool. I have several lines from when I was trying to decide, but this blue line is the correct line. So I kind of drew out the dimensions of it. Imagine this couch is one part of the new couch, and then this blue diagram is the rest of the L-shaped couch. And it's kind of hard to show you because I can only show you like from my perspective, but like here's where the edge of the couch would be, and the edge of the patio is like way over there. It's even farther than I can spread my feet. So it's still probably like almost 4 or 5 feet from the edge, because I also didn't want anything that was gonna feel like it was sitting too close to the edge of the stairs because that just feels like bad feng shui. And people were saying that it felt like bad feng shui to have the L-shaped couch where people's backs will be facing this window. Like if you're sitting on this part of the couch, your back is facing the house, but your front is facing the view, which to me makes the most sense. Don't you want to be sitting this way so you can look out at the yard, look out at the pool? Your options will be sitting this way, looking at the pool, or sitting on the other part of the L shape, looking at the TV. So that made the most sense to me. And that's why I wanted to get an L shape, because it's like, those are the two things you want to be looking at. Either you want to be sitting here, looking at the TV, or you want to be sitting here, looking at the pool. I know there's still going to be people who think that this is like wrong to have this couch and whatever, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm still leaving enough space and just doing what makes sense for the function of the space. Okay, so I think I have everything in my cart ready to go. Let me break it down for you guys. And please do not take this as bragging or anything negative. I just try to give y'all the full details of where I got everything, how much everything costs. Like personally, when I watch videos like this, I want to know the details, because that's what makes it, like, number one, entertaining, interesting, but also helpful in case anybody is, you know, interested in the same stuff. So let me break it down. Disclaimer, it's a lot of money, I know. Disclaimer, it's a little bit ridiculous, I know. Disclaimer, oh, you could have just got furniture from Target, you could have just got furniture from Home Depot, you could have just got, you should have did this, you could have got that, you didn't need to. It's not a need, it's not a necessity, it's a desire, it's a want. When it comes to luxury, and that applies to luxury furniture as well, it's luxury. It's not meant to make sense. It's not meant to be practical. It's not meant to be affordable. It's not meant to be budget. It's not meant to be the best deal on the market. It's luxury. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I don't mean that in a bitchy, bragging way. It is what it is. I feel self-conscious about it, if we're being honest. I know it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? I'm self-aware enough to see the ridiculousness in it, but I'm gonna still do it because I deserve it. Just had to put that disclaimer out there. Now let's do the breakdown of my cart. Everything is sold separately. Like the actual metal base of the furniture is sold separate from the cushions of the furniture, because you pick the colors separately. So you pick the color of metal that you want, you pick the color of cushion that you want, you have to buy them separately. And that is for all of these pieces of furniture that I have in my cart. So I ended up going with the Marbella aluminum single dual adjustable chase lounge chairs. I'm getting 2 of those. So 2 of the black iron bases of the chaise loungers. Obviously, to go with it, I have to get 2 sets of cushions, and I chose the pure white Perennials Performance Textured Linen Weave. That's the type of fabric. The color is regular white, and the type of cushion is water repellent, because these are going to be by the pool. I want everything to be as water resistant, water repellent, stain resistant. That's why I got the Performance Textured Linen fabric, because it's all those things, and I got the water repellent cushions to help with that even more. So it should essentially be like waterproof. So 2 lounge bases, 2 sets of lounge cushions. Then I am getting the Balmain aluminum dining armchairs. I'm getting 4 of those to go around my circle table. Again, everything's sold separately. So 4 of the black iron chair bases and 4 sets of the white cushions that are in this same exact performance textured linen weave, water repellent cushion. All that is the same for all the furniture, pure white color. Then I had to buy the 2 chunks of the L-shaped sofa separately. So it's the one side of the sofa base and the cushions for that, and then the other side of the sofa base and the cushions for that, all priced out separately. Lastly are the 2 swivel armchairs. I'm excited about the swivel. Balmain aluminum swivel lounge chair. Again, I'm getting 2 of them, and it's the base, 2 bases, and then 2 sets of cushions, all in the same black iron metal and performance textured linen weave white water repellent fabric. All together, that's 20 individual pieces of items. And I promise I'm not just trying to be dramatic for the camera. This is just crazy. The full total for this order, with tax and shipping and everything, $31,467. Now, luckily for me, I am a Restoration Hardware member, which means I pay a yearly membership fee to receive discounts on all of my purchases. And I believe it's $100 a year? Don't quote me on that. It's something like $100 a year that you pay to be a member to get these discounts, and it does definitely turn out to be worth it if you know you're going to be ordering a bunch of stuff, because we get 25% off of everything. So my actual total comes out to be $24,122. So it brought it down from $31,000 down to $24,000. $24,000. That's a savings of over $7,000. Definitely worth it to pay that little membership fee to be able to save over $7,000 on my order. Just in case anyone needed that information, highly recommend. I don't care if you're even just gonna buy one thing from Restoration Hardware, become a member first, because yes, it's gonna cost you $100 to become a member, but depending on what you're buying, you're gonna save even more money. And then you can just cancel your membership if you know you're not gonna like buy anything else. Now do y'all see why I've been freaking out about trying to pick the right color, and I've been stalling, and I've been like not able to just place the order? $24,000. I'm not gonna say the disclaimers again because we already said the disclaimers. I just wanted y'all to see why I was being so like frantic about it. I still don't feel great. I'm gonna be honest. But this is an investment. This is just a huge part of the backyard transformation. I've had so many experiences in the past where like, oh, let me just get the smaller thing, or let me just get the more affordable thing, or let me just not do too much and not spend too much. And then I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it, and I end up replacing it anyway. I think it's better to just get what I really want the first time so that I'm not having to go back and spend double the money anyway. Let me double check my cart one more time before I submit this. They are about to put the plaster in the pool. They're like cleaning it all out, like all the debris and extra that they have to like clean out and smooth out, taping off everything else. I don't know what this big box is over here. Maybe that's just for like debris and trash. Oh, they're like sucking and cleaning out all the swamp water. I was wondering how they were gonna like clean that out. This is exciting. They're starting to put it on. Two hoses going. I don't know if you guys can tell through the camera, but we've got a few inches of water going down there, and see the color of the water coming through. Like it's starting to look a nice light blue. It looks murky through the camera. It looks really pretty in real life though. It's gonna be a really nice color of the water. I mentioned before how your color of your plaster affects how the water looks. We all know water looks blue because it's reflecting off of the sky and everything like that. Of course, the color of the thing that it's sitting in is going to affect that too. Light seafoam, greenish, bluish color. And it's really exciting. It's gonna be so pretty. Like, of course, I'm excited to use it with the fountains turned on and everything. It's just gonna be such a beautiful thing to just even just look at. So I have two hoses going. I have one connection here by the grill with this hose going all the way around, coming off the stairs. And then I have this hose, which you can't tell because it's underwater, but that one is also going. And this one is connected all the way around the house. I have another spigot or whatever you call it on the side of the house right there. So we were able to get two water sources going to kind of double time it. And he told me once the water gets about this deep up to the first step, I need to dump this whole bottle of Startup Tech in there. It's just the first chemical that you add. So I'm just waiting for it to get that deep so I can do that. Okay, it's been a few hours. The sun is about to go down soon, and the water is just now reaching the other side of the pool. Obviously, this is the deep end, so I'm gonna keep an eye on it for the next hour or so. Do that and let it fill up overnight. Just let it keep going. It's later now, and the water is officially right up to that first step, but now it is time for me to dump this in. Here we go. Wow. I am so amazed by it. Okay, now I can go to sleep and just let this continue to fill until the morning. Okay, I just woke up not too long ago. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and this is where we're at. It's like to the level of the steps and everything. I need to let it get up to the level of the black tile though. So we still have 8 inches or so to go. And so the water needs to get up to where it completely covers this platform over here and reaches the the black tile. So I'm not sure how much longer that's gonna take, but it's getting really full. It's really not taking as long. I thought it was gonna take like 2 full days. Gotta get halfway up this tile. Few more inches. Go little hose, go. 2 little water hoses. I filled up this whole pool overnight. That's a lot of water. Okay, it's not even been 24 hours. It's been like maybe 20 hours letting the water fill up, and we are officially at the edge of the tile, like the bottom edge of the tile. How satisfying. I caught it right as it literally touched the edge of the tile. Pool guy told me to let it go up about halfway up the tile line, so I need to let it fill for like maybe 1.5 inches more, but it'll be done any minute now. We are back at a familiar place, garden center, plant warehouse thingy. I came here a while back when I was first looking for stuff for my front yard, I guess, but now we are looking for stuff for the backyard, such as this. I like all the spiky desert plants, agaves and things like that. I really don't like flowers, so I'm always on the hunt for stuff more like this. I need a few like medium-sized plants to go in the planters that surround the pool. I kind of want it to coordinate with the front yard, but it doesn't have to be like matching. That is $450. The small one, this one is $120. This is an agave scabra. I think that might be the species I have in my front yard. The Americana looks more like what I have. I like these because they're kind of bluish. Even more of a reason to be walking carefully around the pool because I got spiky plants. I don't like these green and yellow ones. I like the more bluish ones like this. Okay, I'm trying to envision a pairing like this. I think that's cute. This is Yucca rostrata too, a different kind. And this is a agave Americana. It's Sapphire Skies Blue Yucca rostrata. These are $70. This one is probably, yeah, I was gonna say close to 200, $195. I won't be devastated if I have to replace these for any reason. This I know I love, and they've been doing well in my front yard. They've been doing okay. So I'm confident with investing in these. I don't know about these. Okay, I'm getting the 2 agave Americanas and 4 yucca rostratas. Ugh, freshly stinky for the party. Is this what I have in the front? Y'all, this is the most ghettoest landscaping you ever did see. First of all, we're using Ziya's old stroller as a wheelbarrow. You should have seen us trying to put the big bags of dirt on here and roll it from the driveway to the backyard. Grammy is using a broom as a rake because I don't have any of the right tools. And all I have are these baby shovels. Ziya's little baby shovels. I did buy a pair of gloves, so we do have gloves, but these are the tools we're working with. A stroller, 2 baby shovels, and a broom to do these planters ourselves. And we did not buy enough dirt because we only bought 1 bag of that. Ingenuity. Okay, so we severely miscalculated how much dirt we needed for these planters. We did not even buy enough dirt to do 1 planter, let alone both of them. So we are gonna postpone this for today. Go back, get more dirt. Also because we really shouldn't be doing this right now while they're still working on the surface of the patio, because they're probably gonna like bump into that and mess it up anyway. So we're gonna wait for them to be done with the patio on Friday, then come in and do this after so that it's done. There it goes. There it goes. Wow. Yeah, it's just like taking a second. Okay, so the gas line trench has officially finally been filled in. He just left a few minutes ago, so it's wet concrete, but that is now filled back in. So we are on track to kind of let this try to set for a few hours throughout this morning and afternoon so that the cool coat people can come and do the top coat, if you will, on this concrete, because as you can see, it is just very flawed with that, but then just there's a lot of imperfections when you just have the raw concrete. So I'm really excited to be getting this done today. That way it should be done in time for the party, which I didn't think was going to be able to happen. Just kind of showing what it looks like before the cool coat. And also I think the cool coat people are going to be doing the painting, because this be painted white to match the house. The house needs to be touched up, so I think they're going to do that today too. They're going to have to like move this furniture out the way to be able to do this patio. This thing's pretty heavy. This is not that bad. I don't know if we need to move it or if they're gonna move it. But yeah, here's the before. Good news is Restoration Hardware furniture is being delivered tomorrow. Very exciting. Everything except 2 pieces, but most of everything I ordered is being delivered tomorrow, which was very fast shipping compared to furniture that I've recently purchased. Bad news is it has to be delivered into my garage because the patio is not ready to hold furniture. It's literally wet right now with coating and still being worked on over the next few days. I got white glove service. They would have been able to put it straight back there where I want it, but it's not ready, so they have to put it in my garage in the meantime. But this is what my garage looks like. So I have to make space for the furniture, and it's 2 armchairs, a couch, 4 dining chairs. So it's not as much stuff. I'm not getting the CB2 stuff yet. Okay, so we just scooted everything over to this side. So now I have like a decent amount of space. Through here, I should definitely be enough space for the amount of furniture pieces I'm getting. If I were to be getting all the tables and everything too, that would kind of be pushing it. But for what's being delivered tomorrow, I think this should work. And we'll just keep it in here for the week until the patio is done, and then we can move it. And here is the after. Here's everything that just got delivered today. 4 dining chairs, 2 armchairs, and the 2 pieces to the big L-shaped couch. I love it so far. I went ahead and had them unbox it. Everything came in cardboard boxes, but I was like, can y'all just go ahead and take it out of the cardboard? Y'all take that cardboard and figure out what to do with it, so I'm not stuck with all that cardboard and trash to deal with. And that's one less thing that I have to do when I am ready to set up the furniture. They left the plastic on the cushions, which is good. Keep that protected in the meantime. Again, I ended up going for the pure white because the pure white was exchangeable if I wanted to exchange it with off-white. But looking at it, I think I like the pure white. Of course, I'll know for sure when I actually get all the furniture in place on the patio. I'm liking the pure white. I think it just looks really crisp and clean and modern with the black frames. And it ended up fitting like just perfectly in here. Just waiting for my patio to be done. They actually told me that I can schedule for them to come back on another day and move the furniture to my patio for me, which is really nice because I didn't know you could do that. I thought like today's the delivery day. They just gonna drop it off. That's it. That's all I can get. But I think it's not even gonna cost me extra to have them come back and move it when I'm ready for them to move it, which is really nice. That's one thing about Restoration Hardware. Their customer service and their delivery and their setup and everything is like luxury. They're just very like, what do you need? How do you want it? Where do you want it? Like, we'll come back and we'll change it for you. Even the guy like said he saw a really small scratch on the frame of one of these. I don't know, can y'all see that scratch? I mean, it definitely is scratch, and I'm glad he said something, but it's like a small scratch that would be like underneath the cushion. So really not that big of a deal, but he saw it and he went ahead and like reported it and took a picture and already like set up an exchange. So they're already working on getting me a replacement for that chair. I didn't even have to like check everything and ask for that. The delivery guy was like checking and making sure and went ahead and did that for me without me even knowing about it. Whenever they were done with the delivery, they're like, okay, we're done. And by the way, this one has a scratch, but we've already got the exchange set up. But like stuff like that, they're just super, like the customer service is amazing. I've never had any issues with the furniture or the delivery or anything when I order from Restoration Hardware. And I cannot say the same for any other furniture place that I have ordered from. So that's really nice. I'm going to see about scheduling with them to come back and move all of this for me when I'm ready. And that'll be really nice. But in the meantime, everything looks good. I'm excited. So they've started like taping off the pattern. Didn't get too far into it yesterday because it started raining. I'm trying to make sure I really like it, and I need to make sure of the exact color because this kind of orangey brown color, that's just not the color. That's just like a base layer. The actual color is just supposed to be a shade of gray to pretty much just match this, because I pretty much just wanted this to blend in. Just keep it neutral, keep it gray, keep it sleek, and I'll get to pick the exact shade of gray hopefully in person before they lay it down. So they came out here yesterday and did all this taping, all these individual tape lines out here. Almost got done with the entire stretch of the patio, but then it kind of rained afterwards and messed up part of it over here. They just had a little bit left to do on this side, and they had started taping out the actual decorative pattern. Like what they do is they do a plain grid first, like this, which is the squares, and then they cut it wherever they need to cut to make the decorative pattern. So this is like how far they got with that. But then, like I said, the rain ended up messing it up anyway before they could even get finished. And I came home yesterday when they were in the finishing up this part, and I was like, no, don't do that. Like I felt so bad because I know that's like a tedious step, and I was like, this is not what I wanted. So I called and I was like, hey, they're already working on this part, but I haven't decided what I really want for it yet. I don't want them to do a bunch of work that they don't need to be doing and that they're gonna have to redo anyway. But then it ended up not being my fault because it ended up raining. Either way, the rain was gonna mess up their tape. I don't feel as bad. But the lady came, she just left a minute ago. She showed me all the options again. I looked at my inspo pics again. She showed me the colors and the textures and everything. It was easier to make a plan because we can actually go out there and see it and envision it. When she first came and she first asked me what I wanted, nothing was even, like, the patio didn't exist yet. Nothing was done. So it was like I didn't have anything to look at to really make the design, if that makes sense. And now the pool is done, all the tile is in. So she showed me all the samples again. We kind of reworked the design, landed on something that I think is going to be really nice and really pretty. I feel confident with what I chose now. I hope it turns out. This is what it's looking like right now. Oh, the other thing, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but the pool is filthy from all the dust and debris. There's a freaking whole roll of tape down in there from when they were doing this, when they power washed it, and then when they did this brown coating, all the debris and everything, like they power washed it like into the pool water. I don't know if y'all can see all the stuff that's like at the bottom of the pool, and the water overall is so murky now. The water used to be so beautifully crystal clear, and now it's super dirty. We gonna be trying to swim in this pool next weekend for the party. I'm literally gonna have to get a pool cleaning service to come out before the party and do like a deep clean. The filter is not gonna be able to just filter all this stuff out. There's literal rolls of tape and like plastic pieces, and I also want to make sure that nothing like clogs up my filter or anything. That's annoying because this is a brand new pool with brand new fresh water in it. Nobody has even swam in it yet, and just because of the construction, it's filthy, and I'm gonna have to like get it cleaned. Kind of irritated about that. Lady who came from the company today said that they're gonna cover up the pool, like from here on out it'll be covered so nothing else goes in there. But I'm like, why didn't y'all cover it before you started the whole process? Because I just think that don't make much sense. But yet another thing that we have to add on to the to-do list before the party. So it's like, make sure the patio is done, make sure the furniture is moved, make sure the pool gets cleaned out, make sure there's something wrong with the heater, because the pool is heated, but there's something wrong with the heater. So we're like, make sure the heater gets fixed, make sure we plant the plants. It's just still several things. Make sure the white stucco gets painted, sprinkler system needs to be fixed. Like there's just still like 10 more things involving like 5 different companies that need to be done before next Saturday. Is it possible? Yes. Are we gonna do it? Yes. I'm manifesting that we're gonna do it. And a lot of this stuff should have already been done. So it's not that I'm rushing, it's just like it should have already been done. We're putting some fire under everybody's booty. It should be done by now. So after the pool itself was finished and ready to swim in, and the main patio areas are ready to be walked on so we can actually use the pool now, the next step was for me to learn everything that goes into owning a pool, because there's maintenance, there's all this equipment on the side of my house that I need to know what it does, how to run it, how to maintain it, what kind of chemicals to add, all that stuff. I will be hiring a pool maintenance company to come and do all of the weekly maintenance and keep up with the chemicals for me, so I shouldn't have to worry about this stuff too much. But since it is my pool, I definitely need to at least know the basics.
First thing I want to cover is how water moves through your system. So that's usually the first step of pool school. That starts here on what is called the suction side of the pump. Water comes in through the 2 skimmers, and it comes in through your main drain, goes through this 3-way valve and into the pool. This valve here determines where we're pulling from. You'll notice on these valves there's a little tab that says off. Wherever that tab is pointing, that pipe is off. Water comes in through the skimmer and the main drain and comes into the pump. We put you a little hose bib here on the top of the pump in case you need to drain the pool or something like that. This is actually your temperature sensor. So this is how the system knows what the water temperature is. Water flows from the pump into the filter, runs itself through the filter, comes out of the filter, and it hits your UV, goes through your UV, comes up from the bottom around, and it heads over towards your heater. And so you set both a heat set point and a cooling set point, just like your air conditioning system. In this case, we have your heat set at 84 and your cooling set at 88. So your pool should pretty much stay between 84 and 88 at all times. These are your features. So here you've got your waterfalls, and then pool high is just a pool speed. When you turn on your waterfalls, 2 things happen. These actuators turn so the water can get to the waterfalls, and the pump changes its speed. To test the chlorine, we're gonna put 5 drops of number 1 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 drops of number 2 in. You can see how it's starting to turn pink, which indicates there's chlorine in the pool. To test your pH, we'll go 5 drops of this and obviously if we mix them both, we can see your chlorine is fantastic. You can see your chlorine's great, right? Your pH is high, but that's because you have a brand new pool. The acid is being drunk by the plaster and the shotcrete. So this is an indication that we need to add acid to the pool. We want to drive that acid level back down into this range.
So yeah, obviously a lot of work has been done since that last update video that I did. All that stuff that you guys just saw has been done over the past like 2 months about. And so now we're here. Like I said, the plants are in, the pool is done, the patio surface itself is mostly done. The painting is like somewhat done, but let me go ahead now and show you guys a full tour of where we are currently at. So here it is, at least for now. It's definitely not completely finished at all, but I wanted to give you guys a tour of what it's currently looking like. So when you walk out onto my patio from the kitchen, you have the option of using the regular door, or you can also use the big sliding door, and then you are on the main patio. This is a covered patio that has a fan and lighting and a speaker system already built in from when I originally built the house, but you can see the new addition of kind of the new surfacing and texture and color of the patio itself. This is called Cool Coat, and this actually helps to keep it cool so that the floor is not super hot to walk on, and it gives you just a little bit of texture and grip so that if your feet are wet from the pool, you don't slip as easily. And of course, it adds that aesthetic touch of being able to choose the color and the texture and the pattern that you want. I'm gonna be honest and say that I wasn't 100% happy with how this turned out, but it's pretty decent. So this patio has the new L-shaped sofa from Restoration Hardware, as well as the circular coffee table that I already had from CB2. And there is a TV mounted on the wall, but I will be replacing this with a new, larger TV. And below that, you can see there's just kind of an empty area that's still under construction. This will eventually be a wet bar that has a sink, maybe a couple of refrigerators, some cabinetry, and kind of just a bar space where you can prepare drinks and entertain. And of course, this covered patio overlooks the rest of the backyard, and you have a perfect view of the pool itself. So at this point, you guys have seen the pool pretty much. The main features are, of course, the waterfall with the accent tile, the dark tile kind of framing the rest of the pool, the sunning ledge with the circular stairs leading down, and overall, I just went for kind of a neutral, modern aesthetic. And it's a fairly small pool. It goes from about 3 feet deep on the shallow end to about 5 feet deep on the deep end. I love the waterfall feature. These are called shears. They kind of just give a really calming, relaxing resort feel. Ziya loves to play underneath them, but they also make a really calming sound. I am looking into adding a sealant to this marble kind of backsplash tile behind the waterfall because it looks a little bit dry and ashy and pale. But if I were to seal it with something, it would kind of bring out the color tones more, make it look darker, richer, and kind of add a little bit of shine to it. So I'm looking into that. You'll also notice some blue tape marking certain areas around the edge of the pool. That is because there's still some paint spills and marks that need to be kind of cleaned up and resurfaced. So overall, the border of the pool should look a lot better once they're finished with that. And then over on the left side of the pool, you can see I have the 2 swivel armchairs from Restoration Hardware, which match the L-shaped sofa up on the covered patio. I'm still waiting on the little side table that I plan to pair with these chairs. I do have a little pot of some agaves, some little baby agaves that actually sprouted off of the big agaves that I have in my front yard. So I grew these myself technically, and I decided to just pot them here. There's actually a spot where you can put an umbrella inside the pool on that little sunning ledge. And then I do also have the built-in planters on either side of the pool's waterfall. I have some, I think these are yucca plants and agave, just to add some greenery surrounding the pool. But like I said, I do plan on adding more. Also on this side of the pool is where there's an empty patch of grass that will eventually have some nice plants planted in it. And then on this side of the house is where the pool equipment is. This pool equipment setup is not complete yet. It will eventually have a really nice wall built all the way around it so that it's completely concealed and blocked off. And I'm actually planning on adding a privacy wall on this side of the patio anyway that will kind of block us off from the neighbor's yard. So right behind behind where these two armchairs are on the edge of the patio, there's gonna be a 6-foot wall. On the other side of the pool, it's empty for now, but I'm leaving space for the additional furniture pieces that I'm still waiting on from Restoration Hardware. I have some chaise lounges that are on the way, as well as maybe some more little end tables or potted plants or umbrellas or something like that. And then on this side of the house, you also have the new grill and eating area. So for now, we have the grill built in with some storage and some counter space. There's also a water hose hookup right here, which comes in handy to access water for this side of the yard. And then right now, I just have the dining chairs placed here just so you can kind of get an idea. I obviously don't have the dining table yet. I'm still waiting on that to arrive from CB2, but it is a kind of small circular table. So I just have 4 dining chairs that will go with that. These also are from the same Restoration Hardware collection. I probably will also have an umbrella or something over here, as well as, you know, some more plants and just some nice things to kind of accessorize it and make it cute and a comfortable outdoor eating space. And then this side of the yard kind of looks a mess because the grass is in shambles. They still need to come back and replace all of this dead grass and kind of even out the plane of the yard a little bit. It's kind of hilly and sloped, but they're gonna kind of flatten it a little bit. And for now, I'm just planning on leaving it as a grassy area just in case Ziya wants to play in the grass or we want to like set something up over there for a party. I just thought it would be nice to have at least a small area of grass. And then also on this side of the house, it's just kind of empty space. I do keep my garbage cans over here and I do want to get some sort of structure built so that those are hidden. And I also do think that this would be a good spot to add a vegetable garden, maybe get some raised beds. And yeah, that's pretty much what the backyard is currently looking like. Again, there's still so many things that I need to do and add and purchase, so you guys will have to just stay tuned to see everything else. But the exciting thing is the backyard is functional. We can fully swim in the pool, we can use the grill, we can come out here and play. All the main key elements are done, so we can use the backyard even though it's not done yet, which means we can do things like have swim lessons. So that's been something really exciting that we just started doing with Ziya and her friends. We are having a private swim instructor come over to my house and teach Ziya and her friends how to swim. So between weekly swim lessons and just coming out here to relax and play almost every single day after school and on the weekends, we have definitely been getting our use out of this pool already. And I definitely plan on entertaining a lot, you know, having something for the 4th of July, having birthday parties and just little weekend get-togethers, grilling out by the pool. Me and Ziya and my family and my friends, we're all super excited that the pool is finally done. But like I said, we still have more work to do on the backyard itself, so stay tuned for that.